And Venalox, yeah. Those guys are a static team. Both have been ranked in SoCal, both quite strong. That's another one. But it looks like we're into this match. We are going to get EddyMexico Pantera versus DSA and Secrets first, and we're already into it.
Yes, the Pantera going Captain Falcon here. Captain Falcon would be kind of a bonkers team, if I'm being honest. They're very high variance. You do not want to get comboed by either one of them, let alone both of them together. So we will see how that one goes.
Yeah, and I think it really just comes down to comfort picks for both of these players. I think these are both of their singles mains. I know earlier in the day, Pantera was playing some Fox. I think he sort of decided, like, no, I need my main to make it work, despite, forget about team comp or whatever. And he's showing us why right there. Gets 2 knees back-to-back to take the first 2 stocks.
Just deleted both of them.
Good use of the double invincibility to at least take 1 back and put Luigi in a pretty bad spot. EddyMexico is going to be recovering for a while.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Pantera all the way up to 102% off of that exchange, and ultimately dead from it before Luigi can come back and ledge dash. So that's kind of the downside of teaming with a Luigi there.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to have to be willing to be that 1v2er for quite a while. And man, Pantera's making it look easy as he gets another back-to-back knee to take 2 more stocks. I think he's taken every stock of his team this game so far. Okay, we've got some isolated 1v1s happening here. Luigi versus Puff and Fox versus Falcon. So far seems to be favoring the green team when we're not playing as much of a teams game and we're playing more isolated 1v1s.
Oh.
Yeah, and so we're sort of seeing the same thing we were talking about Luigi recovering. When Puff gets knocked way up in the air, she just takes so long to float back down that you sort of get these mini 2v1s on the Fox as well. And so DSJ sort of not having any choice but to let his teammate out to dry in some of those situations.
Yeah, green team capitalizing on that well there. Pretty much a clean stock lead here.
All right, we see Luigi sort of patrolling the edge while Falcon's basically 2v1ing in the corner. It seems like the idea here is for Pantera to just get a quick hit to knock one of his opponents over to EddyMexico to pick it up. But so far, it seems like it's sort of just scrap, and then isolated 1v1s. Oh, that stomp doesn't quite kill.
Wow.
DSJ, a little bit more time to breathe.
For that ledge dash up smash, DSJ, not going to be caught.
Oh, the back air doesn't quite connect. Pantera's going to have to find another hit.
Cancel, very nice, but goes down anyway.
Oh, the great back air there by that Puff gets both his teammate and Falcon hit, but the reverse. Oh my god, the charged up here doesn't get the kill. So sad.
Insane.
Doing all right over there, Mikey?
I thought I was caught off guard a little bit because like Pantera was getting edge guarded and EddyMexico was just standing on the Angel platform and just like waiting. I'm like, go help him, but he ends up making it back anyway, and it's still looking good for green team here.
Okay, he gets the down air on the Puff. We're doing good. All right, it looks like they're gonna close it out.
Yeah, just let your homie deal with it.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, despite us all breaking your heart watching a Luigi get that big up B and then it not go for the kill, green team still able to close it out. We're all doing okay, and we're gonna jump into game 2 here in just a second.
Yeah, I call that one the visible ceiling glitch.
There you go. That's what we just saw. Oh man. But yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? Even though we've got 4 different characters on screen, it seems like both teams are looking for roughly the same strategy, right?
Yeah.
The Puff and Luigi are both trying to sort of be stock tanks. They're sort of trying to be opportunistic, look for those opportunities to jump in, blow somebody up, and jump back out while really playing rather safe themselves. And then at the same time, you've got the Falcon and the Fox on either side trying to be the ones going in, creating pressure, developing the matchup. And so you sort of see this like front man and backliner on both teams So far, that's been working out for Pantera and EddyMexico a little bit better. Pantera finding 2 double knees in that last set, or I guess back-to-back knees, to close out 4 stocks really quickly.
The insta. That's the hold up meteor cancel. Puff just doesn't have to worry about it.
You know, I'm out here, Falco main. I see that stomp off stage at 40%, and I'm just like, no, I'm dead!
That's a little bit of Puff privilege right there.
Yeah, Puff, you know, before we get too sentimental about how great she's doing, she does eat a knee at like 60 and die immediately. Oh, and the rest on the teammate, no!
What happened?
I'm so sad. All right, so a couple unfortunate open ups there to start things off. Green team with a pretty sizable lead here, but both off stage. A little bit of a tricky time here. Pantera is doing a really great job of making the 2v1 awkward so that EddyMexico has time to recover back to stage.
Pantera's still alive. Wow, okay. That's that back air, but that's to hang on a little bit, allow EddyMexico to get back into things.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to see the Falcon be played as sort of the front man, right? We've seen in a lot of other doubles teams, even like earlier today, S2J shroomed, right? S2J is sort of the stock tank because Falcon can just get hit a million times, and since you can't cover his recovery as well in teams, he doesn't have that sort of weakness.
Yeah.
But in this case, that's not really what they're looking for out of the Falcon.
And it's kind of a weird fit, too, because, you know, like, it's a little bit harder to sit in your shield and sort of, like, tank a 2v1 in the same way that you might be able to with, like, Fox or Falco or someone. Like, you're gonna have to commit to something there. You don't really have too many, like, fast ground moves that you can use to get out of a scuffle either, so... a little bit hard for Falcon to play that role, but, you know, if you can just come in and find a knee every once in a while, it's gonna work out okay.
Yeah, it really comes back to sort of how you opened up the discussion here, right? It feels kind of higher variance to have the Falcon play that style, right? He's looking for that one big hit to blow everything up, whereas like the Fox or Falco can be a little bit safer and more careful with the way that they approach it. And while we were talking about the strategy side of things, Red Team made a huge comeback and actually went up 2 stocks. Things are evening out a little bit, but high percent already on the Green Team makes you feel like they're in a bit of the deficit here.
Yeah, just about a 60% lead if we're doing our maths correctly here for Red Team.
Yeah, that was a really funny situation where both Fox and Falcon died, and Luigi and Puff sort of hand shook to play on opposite sides of the stage.
Right.
They got their partners back, so interesting to see the strategy really show itself in that one moment. Oh. Pantera trying to go off again. He doesn't find it. And the double fair from Puff.
Rough. Oh, Pantera survives.
How in the world?
Wow.
Not for long.
Yeah. You know, I think Luigi is like surprisingly good in 2v1s. It's kind of hard to pin him down.
Yeah, he just gets to aerial out of every situation. I've been there before. I know how this works.
Oh, going for the charged up smash.
Ooh,
but yeah, you get grabbed once against this team and it's over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of the big things about Puff, right? If at any point you get grabbed and she has the time, you're just dead. So good on Secrets and DSJ to take advantage of that and bring it back to even. Game 3 coming up 1-1.
Yeah. Gonna be nice. Oh, it looks like actually Chango and Daki Fan and Comment and Fish is actually happening right now. Off stream 2-2 at the moment.
Oh, so, exciting.
Going to game 5.
No one's given anyone an inch here so far, right? We had 4 2-1s in the last round, and we've already got 1 2-2. So this one's looking to be a slobber knocker as well. We might just play every possible game in this tournament.
Yeah, we are sweating it out on a Wednesday night, let me tell you.
Oh, man. And it's not only, right, like all of these games, at least the 2 we've seen so far, super close as well, right? It wasn't like blowouts in either direction, so.
Yeah, for sure. It's like when you and your bracket demon play 15 games against each other in one tournament between winners, finals, and grands.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then one of you went like 10 or went like 8 and 7 or whatever, and you get to call it.
Yeah, right.
Come on. Okay, so we're in it here for Game 3. We are going to go to Pokemon Stadium. I think the big thing to talk about here is Fox gets to kill off the top much earlier. So we'll see if he gets to take advantage of that with any early percent up smashes or up airs.
Yeah, I mean, big stage, which Luigi and Falcon both right, but you're right, the trade-off there is going to be something that favors Fox a little bit, right? But Luigi is also going to be looking to kill Jigglypuff off the top a lot. Finding a Nair, finding an up smash, even a down smash really on this stage can KO, a little bit over 100.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see, right? With the wider stage, you're going to see more opportunities for isolated 1v1s, which seem to have been playing out more in Green Team's favor so far. Oh, the Nair from Luigi!
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes Luigi just hits Puff with that move, and you're like, oh wow, that killed. That just happened.
Yeah. Oh man, and look at that. Once again, we see Pantera gets a favorable setup in the 1v1, and EddyMexico just walls DSJ out and says, no, let them play.
Go in there, lads.
Okay, we find Pantera off stage here. A great little closeout there by Secrets. Gets Pantera out of the way. But look, again, EddyMexico just biding his time there as Pantera's coming back. Slides over to the edge of the stage and avoids any kind of 2v1 scenario.
Ooh, the down B from ledge going to do just enough to keep the Fox off.
Oh! Double F smash catching just both players trying to run to center stage. I think they felt a little bit claustrophobic there, caught in the corner, and DSJ makes them pay for it. A little bit of team friendly fire there.
Ooh.
You got the fair from Luigi hitting Pantera. Pantera does end up losing the stock, but EddyMexico finds the return kill. Green team way down though.
Man, the up air just deletes that Fox stock.
All right, 4 stocks to 3. Percent's not looking great for Green team either, but they are trying to rack it up here. That was pretty clean to get rid of that Puff at rather low percents, bringing it much closer to even than it was a moment ago. Ooh, and there we see one of the things you talked about that we haven't seen too much yet this set. The Luigi going in and just sort of sweeping everyone up with that down smash.
Yeah,
really opened up space.
They can kind of trade off in that way where the Falcon is the one going, staying behind and letting Luigi, try to get a pop-up. Luigi does have a lot of tools to be able to do that with down smash. Oh my goodness, what? Just gets hit by the side B and the Puff is gone.
Yeah, ends up having to steal a stock here. We are going to stick it to 1 stock apiece. Pretty even percents.
Okay, what can EddyMexico do for us here? Will he get grabbed again?
I really like this option from Eddy. You see him immediately focus in on the Fox, recognizing that that's his win condition. I love to see that. Forcing the isolated 1v1. Luigi only at 40% here, basically completely even. And he's already
Stadium counterpick, actually kind of coming in clutch there. Fox does not die at that percent on a stage with a higher ceiling from up smash. At least with good DI. That one can be tricky to DI because it sends behind.
Yeah, exactly. And now that we're in this isolated 1v1, this isn't a bad stage for Luigi either in this matchup, right? He can look for that low percent kill on Puff with the up smash. So
exactly.
That works well for him too.
Just has to tack on about 15, 20 more percent. One up smash could do it here.
Oh, and look at the movement from EddyMexico. He's flying all over the stage. He gets a trade, and that's it!
What did I tell you?
Oh my god. What a great counterpick choice in the end. It was looking pretty dicey for Green Team for a minute there, but they clawed all the way back. A great 2v1 from EddyMexico, really understanding what it was going to take to win the game, going after Fox 100% until he gets the kill, and then playing a relatively even 1v1 to close it out.
That move is such a chump check for Puff, and I'll tell you why. It's because usually Puff is just I'm going to space this and probably be able to land somewhere and be fine eventually, right? But Luigi has, if he catches on to where you're going to land, he's going to be able to get there. And not only that, but Puff can't contest that move in the way that, Puff is used to because the head's invincible, right? So Luigi can kind of just, right, catch onto a pattern, get under you, and it's over, right? So have to really be careful with that move, especially as Jigglypuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the momentum off the wave dash as you're up smashing, you actually get, like, if you look at the hitbox, it's like this big oval. It's not like just one spot. So you actually cover a ton of space as well. It's actually terrifying to look at the hitbox data there. So really, really clean by EddyMexico to take advantage of that. And, catch DSJ just looking for, he was just trying to tack on a little damage, right? That back air wasn't going to do much for him. But interestingly, they want to go back for
running
game 4.
It back, yeah. I mean, it was very close, so I kind of understand it. In those situations, at least, I feel like in singles a lot I think about, like, okay, if I clean up a couple of things here, it's going to be better. I feel like in doubles, it's kind of a little bit different. You're kind of looking for a bit more of a dynamic solution. Yes, I don't know. So I don't know about running it back in doubles as opposed to singles, but either way, it was a close game. So would not be surprised if they ended up taking this. But here we go, green team striking first.
Yeah, we get the first kill here on the Fox. Man, Luigi has gotten like 4 or 5 side Bs that ended up hitting the Puff instead of getting punished on the way back during recoveries, and that has been a huge difference maker here for this set. Ooh, and DSJ gets popped up. I think that was another up smash that killed pretty early in 4 stocks apiece to 3 stocks apiece.
Yep, there you go. EddyMexico trying to break up this edge guard situation. Gets the hug there, does Pantera.
Yeah, really nice there by Pantera to be able to make it back, even with a Puff trying to edge guard him. Oh, that back air covered so much space. And they get the grab rest with the jab wake up. Really clean stuff, back to even, basically. They
finally get that KO. EddyMexico's recoveries have been so tricky, but you're not going to survive that one.
No, I don't think so. Ooh, the F smash, another visible ceiling there, catching him from getting the kill.
There you go. Yeah, pokes the shield with that down smash. You can kind of jab Puff shield with impunity as Luigi.
Oh, what a clever setup there. He goes for the grab release to catch the rest, but it just doesn't quite space out the way they wanted it to. In the end, you see red team getting punished on their own setup, so that hurts to see, but still thought it was pretty clever.
Nice pickup there.
Yeah, and it's funny. As I'm watching this, I'm sort of seeing green team play a little bit more fluid. Early in the set, they were really committed to this frontman, backman kind of approach. And now you're seeing EddyMexico play a little bit more aggressive, wave dash in a little bit more. And it seems like it's actually really throwing off the red team's approach.
Yeah, stage might be helping with that, Luigi doesn't feel like I'm going into the danger zone all the time when I attempt to do that. You can breathe a little bit more.
Okay. We got Puff off stage. Interesting. So Pantera went for like half an edge guard. He gets one back air off stage, and then he goes back to go for the 2v1. Ends up paying off.
Eddie just looks into Secret Soul, says you're going to roll in, and says, I've got a slice of pizza to serve you, my good man.
Okay. A conservative recovery there from EddyMexico, giving Pantera time to clean up and avoid any kind of edge guard.
Look at that. Huge mash, and then the double jump up air is a mix-up. Okay, the double KO from Eddie. Teammate and opponent. Crazy.
All right. I think the big thing to watch out for here is you've got Secrets at 75% already. Can he keep his stock alive, or are we going to force another 2v1 situation? Okay, Eddie takes a long time to recover at high percent. Pantera has to play an extended 2v1. He does take a bunch of percent, but, he isn't dying anytime soon.
Yes, I mean, get-up attack breaks up that grab from Secrets, and here we go. It's another 2v1, 3 stocks to 1, and yep, that's just going to do it. 3-1 from EddyMexico and Pantera, moving on to losers' quarters. Very nice.